FBI the other day caught a guy in Houston and another guy out in Sacramento or San Bernardino, somewhere out in California, that were actually ISIS members. So here's how the story goes. One of these guys contacted people on social media in like 2013. He goes over to Turkey, then he goes to Syria and fights with ISIL. So then after about a year fighting with ISIL, he decides America's not so bad or whatever. So he comes back and we let him back into the country. The other guy lives in Houston, does the same thing, flies over, fights for a year with ISIS, then comes back, and then we naturalize him as a citizen. And somehow the FBI just figured this out. Now let me explain something to you. Both guys returned roughly at the same time in about January of 2014. That means they've been running loose for 2 years. They fought with ISIS in Syria for 1 year and then came back here and were running loose for 2 years before the FBI figured out and arrested them. So my question is, was the FBI watching them for 2 years? Was the FBI just so backlogged and the NSA so backlogged with sucking up all our data from all our social media and emails that they couldn't find these guys and they're backlogged 3 years or 4 years? Who knows? I mean, I'm just, it's scary to think that really they say, well, we're getting all this information, we're trying to find the terrorists, but guess what? We really can't dig through all this, so we're like backlogged a couple of years. So they're not even real time, they're not even close to real time. It took them 2 years to catch these guys and figure out that they lied when they came back into the country. So again, hey, let's just let in 10,000 Syrian refugees. I'm sure it'll work out well. I'm sure none of them could slip through the cracks if we can't even catch 2 jerkwads who were fighting for ISIS and we let them back in the country 2 years ago. So